PM Chris Hipkins provides post-cabinet meeting update. At his regular post-cabinet press conference on Monday, Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said the new Extreme Weather Committee met today for the first time. Speaking about the Cyclone Gabrielle response, Hipkins said the national state of emergency would continue, particularly for Tyrone and Hawke's Bay. Hipkins said,
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.
Tyrone and Hawke's Bay, Hipkins said. The government was looking to move other regions to a national transition phase as early as in a few days' time, he said. Cyclone Gabrielle has been our most devastating and deadly weather event in a generation. While we're through the worst of the emergency response phase, it's clear that the road to recovery is going to be a long one. The cyclone's estimated to have caused more weather-related disruption to businesses and the primary sector than any other event since Cyclone Bola in 1988. I'm committed and the government is committed to standing shoulder to shoulder with the affected regions on that journey. We'll back them and we'll partner with them to lead their local responses. The number of households without power sat at about 2,900, mostly in and around Napier. Just after the cyclone hit there were 296 schools and 477 ECE closed, and there were now 25 schools and 62 ECE closed, he said. The mobile network was largely back to normal, he said. 8 sections of the state highway were currently closed, down from 21 a week ago. At the peak, 400 kilometers of state highway were closed and the number of sections of local road was expected to far surpass that, Hipkins said. There were 80 people sheltering in a civil defense center. The death toll was unchanged and 4 people were still unaccounted for. The recovery cost was likely to be in the billions of dollars, he said. Homes and community assets were hit hard too, and together with the damage from the January flooding, up to 9,000 homes had to be assessed to see whether they were safe to live in, he said. As many as 1,800 households in Auckland may need temporary accommodation. More than 40,000 insurance claims were registered as of 2 weeks ago, with the number expected to rise. More than $51 million has been paid out to 94,000 in civil defense payments. Visa applications for skilled workers were being fast-tracked. Fundraising efforts. Hipkins announced the launch of an international fundraising appeal and a special lotto draw on March 18 to help support the recovery efforts. The appeal is modeled on the Christchurch earthquake appeal that raised over $94 million to assist the rebuild and revitalization of Christchurch following the earthquake in 2011. Hipkins said the government would be looking to attract international donations to supplement local donations. The appeal would be overseen by a charitable trust, the Department of Internal Affairs Chief Executive Paul James, former Napier Mayor Barbara Arnott and Ngati Porou Selwyn Ngata would be the trustees. The appeal will focus on medium to longer term recovery projects that ensure the region was built back better and with greater resilience, better prepared to withstand the next extreme weather event. Facebook has offered to promote the appeal. I feel a real sense of unity in the aftermath of the cyclone and it's heartwarming to see so many donations and other offers of assistance already. Every little bit does make a difference. People who want to make a small donation immediately can text GIVE to 2454. All trading banks will accept over-the-counter donations. More info can be found at www.cycloneappeal.government.nz here. Census to run as planned. Hipkins confirmed Census 2023 would continue as planned on March 7. Follow-up activities for the regions most affected by the cyclone would be delayed until it was safe to do. The period for these had been extended by a further 8 weeks, he said. This would allow for 2,500 census staff to remain out in the field with a focus on these regions. The areas most affected by the cyclone were among the communities most underserved by the 2018 census, Hipkins said. That makes the data collection in 2023 all the more important, and that's why we decided to extend the time period for those regions. By the cyclone would be delayed until it was safe to do. The period for these had been extended by a further 8 weeks, he said. This would allow for 2,500 census staff to remain out in the field with a focus on these regions. The areas most affected by the cyclone were among the communities most underserved by the 2018 census, Hipkins said. That makes the data collection in 2023 all the more important, and that's why we decided to extend the time period for those regions.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and click our bell icon for new videos.